This is MeetVOutside, Chief of the Village, and you're here live with DJ Stizz on Hip Hop Made Me Do It.
First I hit the dash, then I splash. Raindrop water with the cash. Way too hard, need a ship. Team too hard, want a ship.
DJ Stizz, Hip Hop Made Me Do It. You already know what the fuck it is. And if you don't, now you do. We're chilling out in Dartmouth with the one and only MC from Boston, MeetVOutside, fresh off the release of his brand new Meet Me Outside 3-track EP, as well as a brand new single, Drunk, with Michael Christmas. What's up, dude?
Chilling, boss. All love. Thanks for coming out.
Of course. I'm glad that we could, make this happen. And just to first start off, if you had to say, like, who is MeetVOutside?
MeetVOutside is everything I ever wanted to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
From a young kid, like, I guess we all have this conception of who we want to be, how we want to grow since we were younger. This kind of like ideal superhero self, and it's everything I'm striving to be. You know what I mean? It's coming together one by one, piece by piece. It's the confidence I've obtained over years. It's not just one thing or one vibe or one energy. It's an accumulation of small things over time, and it's pretty much what MeetVOutside is. It's everything I want to be and everything I will be. For sure.
I like to start off with that question because some people are very literal and some people are much more abstract with it. And we actually first met at the Showcase 2 at the Middle East this past summer. It took you and Trey Michaels took home 3rd place, I believe.
Yeah.
That was funny. I was watching an interview that you did. I don't know how long ago it was, but you referred to it as a Steve Harvey moment. I thought
you remember that?
Yeah,
it was like, yo, come on first, and then it was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, yo, it's all love anyways.
Basically, they read it in the wrong order, so they said 3rd place before 1st place, or in backwards order. But yeah, you guys handled that with a lot of grace, and it's a lot of great competition. And looking back, I think that was a super dope moment for Boston hip hop because, sure, it was a competition, but it also showed like a unification of the scene.
Facts.
I think a lot of times people feel like it's impossible to book the Middle East or like really difficult, but you guys came together, brought everyone out and had an amazing show, and I thought that was really, really dope.
Yeah, shout out to Enlighten for putting that whole thing together. And he's one of my bros. He actually moved to LA, so he's doing this thing now. But
yeah, I saw him when I was out there.
Facts, me too.
Yeah,
he's cool people. But he really gets what the village vibe is about too. It's all like you can't do it by yourself. It does take a village to raise a single child. So like, let's all come together and bring ourselves closer to what we want to be, closer to our goals, pool our resources. It doesn't take that many man hours if there's more men on the task. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we all just come together.
Oh, for sure. And, I also saw, like I said, I mentioned that you just dropped that track with Michael Christmas, Drunk, and I actually saw a clip of you that you posted on Instagram, you rapping that for Cousin Stizz, and I was like, this is a moment for Boston hip-hop. How'd that come about? What's the story behind that?
So I actually did buy tickets to go to this concert, and I was kind of... Before I even bought the tickets, I was like, yo, he's performing at my school. We're from the same neighborhood. Yeah. Like, I'm going to find a way in there. There's no way that I'm going to finesse and not finesse myself in there.
Yeah.
Turns out that was harder than I thought. But, like, luckily I had a friend. I ain't going to give no names out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were supposed to do that or not.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Definitely had a friend that hooked me up with getting back there. And then from there, it was all up to me. They took more group photos backstage, you know what I mean? All the staff that helped and put together the stage, as well as like the stage hands and stuff, which are some of my friends also. So I was glad to share that moment with them. And when he came up, he's actually a really genuine, really cool guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, he like takes the time with his fans, and I thought that was really cool because like when I talked to him, it wasn't like he just half listened to what I said. He listened.
Yeah.
And gave me a valid response. I was like, yo. You know how they say in business classes, it's like, give your 30-second elevator pitch.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was like. All right, I was scheming. Yeah, I was thinking about that the whole time, and like I was overthinking it, and I finally came down with a plan right before he came up, and completely blanked on it. So I had to wing it.
It's almost better like that sometimes, though.
Yeah, so I just ended up being. I planned on being real, but like I ended up being even more real than I was because it was just straight from the heart, straight off the head, and it was just we're from the same neighborhood. Like I got this song with your bro Michael Christmas. I definitely would like to hear your feedback on it. I actually was wondering if I could spit you a quick 30-second preview, and he just looked and he was like, "All right." He's like, "You from Phil's Corner?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Phil's Corner." Kind of gave me that look like everybody says I'm from Phil's Corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about how many posers and imposters. Told him like right off of where I live. Not where exactly, but like the gist is like you would know if you live there. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, this is if you live around here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, all right, checks out pretty much. You know what I mean? Told me after I talk to everybody else and take the pictures and stuff, I'll listen to your verse. I was like, okay, cool. So I sat back and just kind of waited and watched as he talked to everybody else, talked to a couple of my friends, and then he started to walk back. And I was talking to his older cousin, True. Shout out to him, mad cool person. He just sitting by himself. And I was chilling too, so I was like, striking. You know what I mean? I'm a friendly guy. I like to just strike a conversation. If I don't know you, you know what I mean? It's like, you never know who's a cool, you know what I mean? And might as well reach out, make new friends.
Exactly.
And it's like, so I said, what up? Just started talking. We actually started talking about LA. And because I just came back there from January, so we just hit it off with that. Yeah. And I was actually wearing a Michael Christmas hat. The one with the pink M on it. And he had told me, he's like, yo, actually, I fuck with Mikey too. I was like, word. I was telling Stizz I have a verse that I wanted to rap with him. After he's done, like, I definitely would love to spit it from him, but like, I understand if he doesn't have time. You know what I mean? Y'all just finished a concert. You can jump on stage. I perform personally. I know you'd be tired. Your show's a lot bigger. So like, you're definitely probably way more tired than I was. But they start to walk back, and then I start to think like, yo, like, I'm not gonna get to rap this verse, but like, it's okay because like, at least I know I gave it a shot. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, you shot your shot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Exactly. Corny metaphor by now, but like, it's real.
So true.
And he just kind of turned. He's like, all right, he can come, and we just go downstairs, and down there, it was more secluded. You know what I mean? It was him, his people that was on more stage with him. His my RDA was over there, and she's into music too. And I rapped for him the verse. And I mean, you seen the video. He thought it was cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, shout out to Stizz for giving me a few moments of his time. That shit really like helped. It really gave me a lot of confidence. So like, glad to hear that you fuck with it.
And that's dope because I think, I mean, obviously it's nice to see that he's still showing love to Boston artists and like I said, genuine dude. And it's also like, I think a lot of people are like so like desperate to get on, and they come off like, it's almost like, you talking to his cousin and just like actually connecting with him.
Yeah, you shoot the shit.
As a genuine person, it's like, he sees that, he's like, all right, this guy is not just here trying to like ride my, clout. He's actually like a genuine real dude too. Yeah. So
I didn't want anything. I wasn't asking for anything. I mean, besides to listen, but like, you know what I mean? That's free. It's just like, if you had the time, it would be dope. Even like, if I pulled a Big Sean and just like rap while we was walking, it would just be dope to just hear your feedback because like, you're somebody from my city that a lot of people do look up to in terms of rap. So it's like, I definitely would like to hear your opinion. You know what I mean? They were from the same neighborhood. It's why not just share the love and type shit?
Exactly. That's fire.
Music is me. You know what I mean? It's all about the music for me. So like, share the vibe.
Definitely. I'm also curious, like, what would you say, if you just say, like, what's the origin story of Meet V? Should I just call you V? Or
you can call me V.
V? I don't know if you prefer. So, like, what's your origin story? Like, how'd you get into rapping? Like, what's the...
So, rap's kind of been always, like, in my life. Even when I was younger, whether I was with my dad or I was with my uncle, there was either some old school hip hop, some like DMX, some whatever, and I was rapping along in the back of my car seat just bobbing. So eventually I got like, my uncle, he would put on beats, because I guess him and my dad both used to rap at some point in their lives. I didn't find that out until way later, until I was a lot more public with my music. But so he put on some beats, and I wasn't really saying anything because I was young, but like I was trying, and I was like, honestly, out of my heart, like trying to rap some shit.
Yeah, speaking your truth as a young kid, whatever that is.
Yeah, even if it was mumbles, even if it was like a word here or there, but it's like I kept with it. And my uncle, he always definitely supported me. My dad, he definitely supports me now. He actually was at my last show on Tuesday. Shout out to him for coming out. My mom, she always supported me. No matter what I did, even when everybody else was just kind of like, to be honest, you're kind of trash. And you know, that's dope. I value that because like, a lot of people don't have friends that will tell you suck.
Yeah. They'll just gas you up.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people need friends that'll tell you when you suck. Not hater ass friends, but
you don't want yes
friends.
Men. You don't want yes men.
Exactly.
You want people to be like, hey dude, I can see you're working hard at it, but like, maybe this, maybe that.
Exactly. Like, if you don't like it, tell me you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, if you can tell me why you don't like it, that's even better. But, like, I'd rather you not lie and tell me you like my music because that will really, like... I mean, it doesn't really hinder me because I'm going to grow regardless. Yeah. But, like, it would definitely... I'm not growing as much as I could if you were honest because I want to appeal to, like... I just want the vibe to be equal for everybody. I want everybody to be able to listen. Be like, yo, like, you know, MeetVOutside, yeah, I like this song. I like this song. Even if they're two completely different vibes. It's
for sure. Like, and it's like the honest criticism helps because it's either going to be like, oh, I get what you're saying, or you're like, nah, dude, you're wilding, and like that's just your own confidence, and it's like, but sometimes like I get what you're saying, but I'm doing me, and it's like, or like I get what you're saying, maybe I'll do that other time. Like some people are gonna want like some songs and not other ones, and like,
facts.
You know, not everyone's gonna connect with everything, but
it's all like you got to do what's true to you.
Yeah.
Back to the story. So it came down to a decision. Either you work on it and get better, or B, you quit. It's not really in between.
Yeah.
So I decided to work on it, get better, bought a mic, started recording. It was trash for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? A lot of people to step on and be like, yo, I was nice all my life. It was like, nah, I wasn't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you before you dig up some
Sometimes like that, like, being kind of delusional in the beginning is almost helpful because, like, you're like, oh, I'm nice. And then it keeps you going. It keeps you actually, like, getting better rather than just quitting, you know?
It helps for a little bit so you become, like, complacent.
Yeah.
Then you're just like, yo, I'm the nicest, so, like, I don't have to do anything. It's like, I mean, I definitely had my period where I was like, I'm nice. And then, like, it just completely got shattered because I was like, yo, these people around me, I know they wouldn't lie to me. So if they're telling me I'm not nice, I definitely need some work.
For sure.
It's probably like... You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But, so then I go to high school, middle school. I started rapping in like lunch tables, out at recess, out pretty little class, like, you know what I mean? Any free periods, and it's like, never really won. But like, I was always down to fight for it. You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
Not, you know, you get what I'm saying. Like, I was always down for a freestyle battle. And there was points where it was like, we're in high school, so like, nobody's really taking it that seriously, but me, I'm trying to do this shit for real. So, like, I'm taking it a lot more seriously than everybody else.
When was, like, the point when you were, like, completely taking it seriously? Like, because some people, like, I think a lot of people start out, like, doing it for fun. It's like, was there a point where, like, this is what I'm seriously trying to do, like, all in?
Because
you said high school.
There were two versions of that. There was like a version where I said I was all in, and then there was a version where I felt like
you were actually.
I figured out what all in really meant. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was always in a mentality, but there becomes a set of actions that comes with that mentality.
For sure.
Because you know, an idea without action is pretty much useless. There's no point in that. So that big lesson, everybody listening, act on your ideas.
For sure. Anyone can have ideas, but not everyone can execute them.
Facts. So I would say that moment would be when I first released Whispers. There was the Sigma Phi Rho annual AIDS benefit, and there was only a few days left for auditions, like 3 or 4, I guess. And our friends have been telling us, like, yo, you should audition. And me, Trey Michaels, and my girlfriend, Georgia, we all live together in the same apartment. So it was like, one of us is going to have, you know what I mean? And I looked at him, I was like, I'm going to do it. And he was like, fuck it. Go ahead and do it. So I found a beat. I wrote a song in like a day. I wrote half a song. And I was like, fuck. I'm like stuck. I'm like, yo, let's just do this shit together because you're about to graduate. Sure. Why not go out with a bang?
Yeah.
And like, I'm trying to make this deadline. So like, let's do this shit together. Because like, we've been bros since freshman year. We've done countless freestyles together, wrote countless songs together. It's like, let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So he hops on and we literally stay up all night, and I'm just, Trey doesn't really smoke, but like, I was just smoking mad blunts, just sitting there just like, I'm going to find the right fucking notes, the right fucking words to go with this. And we finally, at like 4 a.m, we're all just sitting there, I'm drinking a cup of tea, Jodo's watching TV, and we're just like, we fucking got it. We play the whole song all the way through. We're like, we gotta audition this shit tomorrow. So we stay up and practice it. And it's funny because our light actually broke.
Yeah.
It's mad weird. We were telling like ghost stories or something the night before, and the light just completely like spazzed out, and now it flickered. So when we did our video for the audition, we could. Oh, this is funny. So we actually go to the physical audition, do the show, do the song, and Trey actually forgets his words, and we're just kind of like standing there like shit, like, all right, let's keep going. You know what I mean? And I just kind of like carry over, and he gets back in the groove, and he does his thing, and we're just like, we're not feeling too confident about that. So we go back, and we're like, we're gonna make a video submission and send it to them so that they know we're about our business. Like, fuck what they just saw. We're gonna give them something to look at. And we do it, and we had the light on. We didn't even realize in the background, and it like synced up with the beat. So it was just like, it was amazing. Yeah. It was like the universe. They was just like
serendipity. That's the right word, but like, you know,
it was. I don't even know. And then they came. They had told us, they were like, yo, that light thing, you guys, who's flicking the light in the background? We was like, oh shit, it's like, oh yeah.
It's like, honestly, sometimes the raw, like, unplanned moments are the things that make shit so dope. Like,
that's what I've been realizing in life. It's just like,
because it's authentic. It's not
exactly.
Like, it's not like, planned out. It's like, you know, whenever you have a music video and you have those like, everything's so polished or whatever, and then there's like that one moment that you didn't plan at all, and it might be the most, or like even a song, like there might be some stuff where you just like raw off the cuff, you know, you have a song and you just like freestyle or just a random ad lib that you just decide to yell out, and it becomes the thing that like
people know you for.
Yeah. So I feel that 100%. And what would you say like the focus of your music is?
The focus of my music. It's really hard to say that. In a general sense, it's living in the now. It's everything that's going on that I'm experiencing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not. I don't just sit around and make shit up. You know what I mean? If I'm feeling that type of way, I'll write a song about it. If I'm feeling extra happy, an amp song comes out of it. If I'm feeling depressed and not myself, I'll write a song from that perspective. It's not every song makes it out, but like, I'm always constantly making music about the now, what's going on, and that's why I think it's easier for some people to connect with my music over other music, or just where it gets that connectability in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Every time you retell a memory, it gets rewritten, I heard, so give it to you right here and now. You get the freshest take of it.
For sure. And as far as like what's something unique you think you bring to the hip hop world that, you know, other artists don't?
It's a difficult question, because I also believe that like there's not really original ideas. Everything's been done at some point or another. So
yeah, for sure.
I think one of the things that does make me stand out in Boston is that my willingness to work together, my village mentality, the tribeship of everybody that's a part of the village, whether you do music, whether you do fashion, whether you do anything that you just love and you just want to share it with the world. There's a lot of like reclusiveness that I see around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing that stands out. Just being super genuine about everything that I do, especially in my music, is one thing that stands out. People come and be like, yo, I felt you when you said such and such lyric on such and such track. When I went to your show, I really felt your energy, the way you just looked at the crowd, the way you pulled people up. It's just like, it's really authentic. I didn't feel like you was faking it in the least, and I feel the same energy when I talk to you off the stage. It's just like, I'm not going to give you anything I'm not, because then that becomes too much work to keep up with.
Yeah, it's like,
you go insane.
People are trying to put, like, when you try and put on an act, it's like that only lasts for so long, because if you become known for that, then it's like the pressure to be a certain way rather than just be yourself, you know?
All the time. It's just like, you know what I mean? I watch my documentaries, I read a lot of books, and so you just seen it in history, so like, if I know why repeat it, it doesn't make valid sense to me. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I'm also curious, like, what's your thoughts on the Boston scene? Like, I've interviewed a couple Boston artists, and I'm curious what your take on the scene is.
Alright, Boston scene to me, it wasn't as it seemed at first. I thought it was very cliquey. In the sense of, like, you can't sit with this kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's more of, like, it's just like any other environment. Like, you're not gonna just walk into somebody's house and just be expected.
Yeah.
Welcome with open arms.
Yourself.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm from Boston, so like, I have a claim to a room in the house. You may not like it, but I live here.
Yeah.
I'm a Boston artist, whether you like it at the end of the day or not.
Yeah.
But I'd like for us to all get along, live in the same space, cooperatively, instead of everybody trying to rip wood away from the one house to build separate, smaller houses. That just weakens us as a whole. But after just kind of working and doing my own thing, bumping into other artists as I go and not really trying to stress myself whether or not I link up with them or make a song with them or something. You know what I mean? Just getting to know these people as people and like encounters that come naturally.
No,
they're all good.
Anything.
Yeah, they're all good guys. You know what I mean? They're all really about their passion. They all really want to succeed. And it's like, I feel you. I feel the exact same way. So like, when we meet on that personal level, it's like we vibe, we click, we become friends. You know what I mean? It's like, I may not hit you up like I would Trey, because me and Trey go way back. But it's like, if I see you in public, I'm gonna always show love. I'm not gonna show up in a venue. If you're performing, I'm gonna show my respect and come clap for your performance. Come show love because like we're from the same city. Like I'm not gonna let some other city out show. You know what I mean? Out clap us at you. Like what?
For sure.
And I would hope that you would do the same. But if you don't, you can't. Nobody owes you anything in this world. So like, if you don't do the same, I understand. But that's just who I am as a person. I like to show love. You know what I mean? It's a lot harder to like not show love. You gotta sit there and think about. I gotta look mad. I gotta sit in the back. That's too much stuff. Like, just you're enjoying the song. Go up there, clap.
Yeah, a lot of people, like you said, in this hip hop game, I think a lot of people still don't realize, like, because back in the day, you had to put up on this front of toughness, and like now with the internet, it's like at the end of the day, like no matter who you are, if you're a genuine person, you're gonna get shine, like and like being your own personality. But I think a lot of people thought, like back in the day, it's like you had the tough rappers. You didn't have like the Chance the Rappers or the, you know, I can't think of other examples.
Drake got made fun of so heavy when he first came in the game. It was like an insult to be like, yo, you're a light-skinned Drake rapper. It was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, it was soft.
You're in Marvin's room. It's just like, okay.
I honestly prefer when Drake's soft and not trying to be tough. Because, like,
I liked all of it, man. I was a big fan back then. I got made fun of for being a fan. And it's like, now everybody's a fan. So
I just feel like early Drake can be a bit more innovative than like some of his newer stuff. But, let's see. Inspirations, influences.
Definitely Drake. That's been one of my favorite artists. Kanye. Especially like old school Kanye. More like Graduation and Late Registration and all the, I don't want to say here name all of them. But you know what era. You know what era I'm talking about. She's like All Falls Down and those kind of songs really like
for sure.
Jay-Z pushed me a lot. When I got into him, I actually learned about Jay-Z through my dad, listening to it in his car. And I just kind of like took it from there and like ran with it. Nas had some major impact and just showed me a whole different side to music. You know what I mean? It was like,
for sure,
you can be super smart. Like you can be. This is back when I was young, so like you can be like Dexter's Laboratory with this shit. Like you can be the genius and really get some shit popping, and people will fuck with it because it's true, not because it's hyped up, not because it's about guns and money, but because it's about a real message that people think about often when they're in a quiet room by themselves, and it's like that's real to me. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit I want to connect with, and like I try in my own way. I never want to force it. I never want to try to be somebody else's style. Who else influenced me? I kind of get influenced on the regular by a bunch of random people. You know what I mean? I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to country, DM, house, West Indian. I'm from Barbados, so like a lot of soca, all that kind of stuff. It's like you never know what will inspire you. Always got. That's why I tell people to keep an open mind. You could get inspired from the slightest thing. There was one time we were sitting in the cafeteria and somebody was just like beating their pen, and just in my head, I have like this automatic kind of like rap function in my head. It's like when I was telling you earlier, when I just kind of daydream and just drift off, I'm like, you'll see me bobbing my head kind of right into a beat that isn't playing.
Yeah.
But there was a beat playing, and I was zoning off, so, like, I kind of wrote a dope-ass, like, melody, and I just kind of took it and ran with it. And it became, like, something pretty dope that I hope comes out soon.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can be inspired by, you know, the smallest occurrence in your life, or you can be inspired by something that you just imagine in your head, or, like, you know, I've done stuff with interviewing some people that, like, in addition to doing music, they do, like, videography, or they dabble, so, like, they can be inspired by a photo to write a song, or, you know, it's like...
Yeah, true.
It's not always, like, clear cut, but it's like anything can inspire you.
I try to put myself in, like, anything creative. Like, my girlfriend, she takes a lot of pictures. Even, shout out to my bro Schmally, he just took all the pictures for my show on Tuesday. And I just we got into, like, a deep talk about just photography. Like, he was using a lot of words I didn't understand, but I'm also one of those people where I'm not afraid to tell you that I don't understand what you're talking about, and if you could please explain, you know what I mean? Like, let me know, because that way now, in future conversations, I know exactly what that is, and, like, it's just another word in my vocabulary. That doesn't hurt me. And I feel like you have a lot more genuine conversations genuine and more understanding conversations when you admit what you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like
that helps you get inspired.
It's always interesting because people always want to talk about their passions, and like when you actually show genuine interest, like I'm sure they have mad people where they say stuff to them and they just don't, like, they're like, oh, whatever. And then when you're like, oh, what's that mean? Or like, you know, explain that. It's like
I don't know. They just nod.
yeah. But it's like everyone has their like passions, and at the end of the day, it's like I can connect with anyone if they're passionate about what they're doing, because it's like that thing might not be my thing, but it's cool that they have a thing that they're really passionate about, and it's cool to see that, you know. And I also noticed that like you have some really killer visuals with the, you know, splash and the first night. I think it's really cool. First night, it's like it's interesting because like a lot of dark shots like that you wouldn't normally use, but then it's like contrasted with the fire, and it's like a lot of times, like you said, everything's so perfect with music videos. We're like over the top lighting, but I thought that was really cool.
Thank you.
And they just also splash. The colors are really cool, like, and also like the fact that like you did that first one, like the first shot is like one take, like the first like minute or whatever. I'm curious, like how long did it take to get that down? Or was that just like?
I think we did it probably like maybe like 3 or 4 times, and then it was like first time it was like, all right, we're just gonna figure out what the hell we're doing. The second time it was like, all right, I got the gist of it, and then eventually it was just okay. Now we got it down packed. Now you got to fall into the pool. I was like, huh? Because yeah, just backwards, just fall.
That wasn't planned?
I mean...
Or you didn't know it was part of the plan?
No, we didn't. We was just like, we have a pool that we can like use, and it was like, all right, so just fall backwards. And I was like, you want me to... I was like, all right, okay. He's like, keep all your stuff on. I was like, all right. And then it was just... He's like, we only got one shot at this too, because like you don't...
Then you're wet.
Yeah, then you're wet. So it was like, all right. It just kind of like chilled. It's like it smoked a little bit, and I was like, all right, let's do this. Water was kind of cold, but like I didn't account for the fact that when I get in there, I'm extra heavy because I got sneakers, all this fucking weight on me, and it's like I know how to swim
for sure.
But like when you're extra heavy, it's just like wait, that first fucking push is like not as high as you think you are. You're like,
for
fuck.
sure.
And then like after that, it was cool. I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just I've been in the sea before. It's just like I'm good with the deep water exploration.
Do we got any more music videos coming out soon, or
this summer? I'm shooting a bunch of videos.
Awesome.
My boys Galileo and Carlos at BT Living, they shot the splash video.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put in some serious work.
Awesome.
A lot of fan favorites. Probably do, you know what I mean? Whispers.
For sure.
Liquor Song. Got a couple coming out.
Yeah, and you just dropped, like I said, you just dropped that 3-song EP. I'm curious, like, what can the listeners that haven't heard that expect from that?
That EP is a story in itself. It's a vibe of its own. It's pretty much a summary of my experiences while going out to Los Angeles for the very first time. The musical struggles I encountered, the positive energy I experienced, the negative energies I experimented with out there. It's just like you never know who's on your side.
For sure.
Until, you know what I mean? Until it's over.
Yeah.
So definitely listen to it with an open mind. Definitely just try to feel it for what it is, and I definitely think you'll find one of those 3 songs. At least one of those 3 songs will resonate with you.
Fire. And just to finish out, you gonna get shout outs, any promo you want to do?
Shout out to the whole village. Shout out 00, Miles, he's always had my back forever. My bro Trey Michaels, Polo Summers for doing that show with me. The whole Chef Boys coming out the other day. All my listeners, all my friends and families. Definitely my mom and dad always supporting me. All my fans across the world, Australia, London, US, my top 3 countries right there. Love y'all. Keep streaming, keep listening, keep commenting. I love y'all. Peace out.
Awesome. And well, I guess I have one more question.
All right.
I just thought of. So do you got, like you said, you just dropped that EP. What's next for MeetVOutside? Do we have more music coming, or what's next?
I think I'm gonna start working on the solo project again. I've completed the solo project like 4 times already, and just like at the end of it, I'm always just like, nah, it's not what we're gonna do. Just toss that to the garbage, and then my friends kind of get upset because I'll do it and I'll be super excited about it, and I'll send it to like, I have a list of people that I send new music to, and as soon as I finish it, I'm just like, here, I trust y'all. Tell me what y'all think. And they're like, yo, I love it. When's it coming out? And then, like, it'll be gone within a week. And I'll be like, what the fuck? When are you going to come out with some more music?
Yeah.
Like, a project. I was like, I mean, I have 4 projects, but it's like, I don't like them anymore. I feel like, you know what I mean? As the more you grow, the more you see your potential, the more you see, like, where you want to be. And it's like, I'll just keep releasing singles till I feel like I have a solid project that completely embodies everything I want to do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And, what was I going to say? Like, you said something that made me think of something, but then it's like, do you prefer, like I said, you prefer collaborating versus?
The more I grow as an artist, the more the more I am appreciating the value of just like my own artistry. You know what I mean? It's definitely dope to experiment and create and work on new vibes with other artists, and it's definitely a growing potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a whole nother skill set though, on its own. I've just been really focusing on myself. After that EP project with Me came out. Oh yeah, shout out Me. That's my boy right there since high school. Congrats on our project, bro. It's doing really well. But I don't know. I just want to take some time for myself and figure out the depth of my energy and put that shit out on a fire ass solo project and give everybody that's the whole reason I haven't released one, because I really want to give it my all, and every time I feel like I give it my all and I'm finished, I find out I got a little bit more. I mean, it's not fair to cheat y'all on that.
It's like a perfectionist.
Yeah. It's like, it can't be a perfectionist and you'll never get anything done.
Oh, for sure. It's the dilemma.
Yeah.
You're like, I find that when I'm putting out stuff, I'm like, this is crap. And you're like, all right, it is what it is, and, can't change it. So yeah, that will be the end. MeetVOutside. It's a tongue twister because you want to say meet me outside. MeetVOutside. Hip hop made me do it. DJ Toasty Z. You already know. Forever and always, stay toasty.
Peace out. MVO the village. Thank you for listening.
What do you want? You just keep killing the vibe, yeah. I need a spliff. Give me a hit and get high, yeah. You would do better, keeping the feelings inside, yeah. I try to help, I couldn't work with the lies, yeah. Never know where you really stand, shit'll kill a man. I gave you the soundtrack for the real way I was feeling then. Honestly, I wasn't feeling them. Head high to a ceiling fan. Feeling like my nigga Trey Mike when he put the money on the ceiling fan. Click slicker than a rubber band on 100 grand. My flex is the running man.